This is a quick walkthrough video showing you how to install the Lociq program onto your computer. Now, I'm assuming that you're on a Linux machine, that you have R installed, and that you have either Conda, Anaconda, or Bioconda installed. Those are just package managers. So if you have all of those on your system, then navigate to the Lociq repository on GitHub, and then I'll walk you through the installation instructions. So effectively, if you just scroll down to Lociq, background, installation, everything's set up so that you should just need to copy and paste to get everything installed. So the first step is to clone the repository to your computer. And you can do that by either copying and pasting this or having the page copy it for you by clicking on this little icon. So you can copy the script and then paste it into your terminal. Now, if everything goes as planned, if you just type in ls, you should be seeing something very similar to this. So this means that you have successfully downloaded the repository to your computer. The next step is to set up your Conda environment. Now, this is effectively a manager to make sure that you have the correct version of all the required programs installed. There are a number of dependencies in Lociq, and this will help make sure, or ideally minimize the number of conflicts you have. So to get your Conda environment set up, again, scroll down to bullet point 1, Conda, go ahead and click on the copy icon and paste that into your terminal. And so right now it is reading from a list of dependencies, and it's installing each one onto your computer to allow you to be able to run Lociq. Now, the next thing we need to do, we have this AMR Finder update. AMR Finder needs to be updated prior to first use, so that's why I've included that here. So simply hit enter, and don't worry about that warning. We're using a slightly older version of AMR Finder just because there is I've run into a conflict between the Pangenome program I'm using and the AMR Finder program, but as the way things are set up, things should work out just fine. Now, if you choose not to do the Conda installation, then you would execute this series of commands, but it is very important that you install them in this order just because of the conflict between Rory and AMR Finder Plus. So once you've successfully completed one of these two steps, the next stage is to clone another repository into this repository. So effectively, we're pulling in the program called Piggy, which is an excellent program. It actually, this is the program that identifies the intergenic regions. So to do that, as you guessed, go ahead and copy and paste this command into your terminal. And just like that, that's all you need. So the last step of the installation is probably the most time consuming. So we have to set up your R environment. So the first thing we want to do is enter your R environment. I mean, I could have just hit enter, or hit R, but for consistency's sake, I'll copy and paste. So now that you're in your R environment, we need to install a couple of package managers or installation managers, just to ensure that we're getting the right version of the programs installed. So we copy and paste this into our terminal and wait for it to do its thing. This should take about 30 seconds or so. Oh, or less. The next step is we're calling on this library called Pacman to install the specific versions of these programs. So we're going to go ahead and copy this, paste it into our terminal, and now we wait. So I'm going to pause the video and come back when this is done. Excellent. Now that we've installed that, the next step is to install the Decipher package through the Bioconductor repository. So again, go ahead and copy this and paste it into your terminal. So the first step will just make sure that the BioC manager is installed. This will leave you at the prompt to install Decipher itself. And at this point you hit enter. And this should take about 5 minutes. Now, at the end of the installation step for Decipher, it's going to ask you if you want to update some of the old packages. For consistency's sake, we're going to say no. That way we know exactly what version of everything is installed on your computer. So finally, the last step will be installing the visualization tools. So to do that, again, we scroll down to the next text box, I suppose. Go ahead and copy this and paste it into the terminal. And this will take a few minutes. And finally, the last step is to make sure that everything is installed properly. So I've included just a little script here, right below the last text box that says system checkdep.r. Simply copy this and paste it into your terminal. And when you run that, it should show you the packages that are available for use and which packages you still need to install. So if everything came across, if everything executed the way it should, then you should be seeing this message. If not, if there was a conflict with dependencies or if something needed to be updated, you would see a message right along this area that states which package had the error. But effectively, if you see this message, that means you're good to go. You can go ahead and exit out of R, and the program is now installed on your computer.